What's up everyone, welcome to Crypto Maximalist. Before we begin, make sure to hit the like and subscribe and then hit the real subscribe button, which is the bell icon. We're posting 4 videos every day, so make sure to check back every single day. We're aiming for 20k subscribers and get the deal in the description if you haven't already. Plenty of free crypto and goodies down there. This is not financial advice. Welcome to Crypto Maximalist. Let's begin. What's up guys, so just before we begin, make sure to hit the subscribe and the bell icon. People aren't seeing our content and this is probably because you haven't hit the bell icon. Thank you again for all your support. The algorithm is slamming a lot of content creators right now, so we really appreciate all your support. And we're so proud of the amazing community that we built, so make sure to jump into the Telegram and the free Discord. So we're just taking a look at Vechain here, and as we can see, it is showing its weakness yet again on the charts. We can see quite clearly that it has been in a massive downtrend for a good while here, doing something like this. You can see quite clearly that we have been just chunking it downwards in what we can only describe as, it's looking pretty much like a descending wedge, isn't it? But it's more like just a channel to the downside. You can see that we've actually come down here. We've actually lost a bit of support of that macro trend line for the bull run, which is a little bit of a concern. Clearly showing that Vechain is massively underperforming what it probably should be doing right now. It has been showing a lot of weakness in the past few months, and you can see here that we have been rolling over quite a lot, especially since this big rollover from 28 cents all the way down to 5 cents. You can see quite clearly here that we did get a little bit of a renaissance, and we are making higher high, higher low, higher high, and we're still making a higher low, so we're still making our way to the upside. But overall, Vechain looking quite weak in general. But we do have some positives to look at here, which is the fact that even though we've lost the 0.50 as support here, which we were holding for a few days, you can see we've actually come down and we've finally retested the breakout of the pennant formation that we've been looking at, which is obviously really good to see. We've come down and fully retested it now, coiling up like this, coiling for months on end. We get the breakout, and now we've finally got the full back test of that pennant formation. You can see here we've clearly come down to around, what was it, 11.5 cents, 11.5 cents. We actually had a swing low of around 11 cents there, which we did find a good bit of support on that psychological number and in this area structure here. We come down, we find support on this area. We finally retest the pennant, and now we would be expecting, provided that the market doesn't shit itself, Bitcoin rolling over yet again for seemingly no reason at all, we should be looking at basically getting a little bit of a pickup here, because honestly we are sitting on a very big bit of previous resistance flipped into support. You can obviously see on the hourly time frame we are literally so ridiculously oversold. The last time we were this oversold, let's just take a look. It was all the way back here when we basically had the big crash all the way from 15 cents down to 10 cents. So ridiculously oversold right now, which does tend to suggest that we could be seeing a nice little bounce to the upside if that's the case. Obviously looking as though we are chopping it up in and around this area right now on this resistance, hopefully looking for a bounce. So overall we'd say, Vechain, it's a really good project, isn't it? But there's no denying that it has been underperforming quite a lot of people's expectations. We personally were expecting it to see a bit more of upside before we did see, it's getting affected quite negatively by Bitcoin's constant rolling over basically, but not really getting that much bullish price action. So a little bit of a concern obviously, but overall the structure remains the same and the plan remains the same. This big coiling motion, the breakout and the back test is all still very bullish. Obviously we are rolling over quite a bit right now, but we are sitting on support yet again, and we are expecting Vechain to have a bounce pretty damn soon on the hourly time frame as well. There's definitely, this is just a horribly overextended piece of price action, isn't it, to the downside here. You can see we actually did come up and retest again that resistance up here, but we rolled over and we actually made a lower low again, just continuing that downtrend. Basically looking as though we are coiling a little bit into an apex, but not really. But overall, Vechain basically following the pattern of Bitcoin. Bitcoin's been rolling over, and overall we would say because of this, Vechain is basically, it's a highly correlated altcoin with Bitcoin, and whenever Bitcoin rolls over, it rolls over massively, and when Bitcoin goes up, it kind of chops sideways because it's not really got that much bullish momentum right now. So a little bit of a concern for Vechain, but overall, we still remain bullish on this project long term. We do think in the next few years it could easily be over $1, maybe $2 or $3. And by the end of the bull run, we do reasonably think that 50 cents to $1 is definitely possible. It's just obviously a case of getting that bullish momentum back, that we saw when we were seeing Vechain run from, you know, all the way down here at basically 1 cent at the start of November, all the way up to 28 cents in the space of 6 months. That's an absolutely incredible, you know, it's basically a 28x if you want to look at it like that. Or, you know, basically running in a month and a half from 3.5 cents to 28 cents, basically a 7x in a month and a half. Pretty incredible run. So obviously you can see that Vechain has the potential to do this. It's just been having a horrible time at the minute of getting any kind of momentum from what we can tell. But we'll look at short-term price predictions. But I'm just going to take a look at the 4-hourly here as well. You can see obviously there's some massive bullish divergences on the 4-hourly for a lot of cryptos right now. You can see the bullish divergence here. Price action coming down, RSI coming up. Sooner or later we are going to see that big bounce to the upside because the price action is getting, you know, horribly overextended right now, let's be honest. So basically, looking at the hourly time frame, if we do, you know, roll over from here, we really wouldn't expect that much lower just because of how ridiculously overextended we are getting now, especially for Bitcoin. We'll probably be looking at hopefully coming down and making a W double bottom, something like this, and then getting that bounce. But if we did roll over, we'd obviously be looking at coming down to our next point of support, which would be 10 cents, which is essentially coming down towards that really nice support. I think it's on, is it on a Fibonacci level here? Yeah, we're basically coming down to the 0.38 Fibonacci level again on that fib pull. And then obviously moving to the upside, as we said, we do want to see ourselves getting back above the 0.50 and then coming up towards this level at around 13 cents, breaking out of the downtrend, back testing, and then heading up towards the 0.618 at 14.7 cents, which we weren't even at. We're only at that basically a few days ago, weren't we? So definitely possible. You can see potentially, you know, forming another little falling wedge, which hopefully does have a breakout of the upside and then continuation, making another higher low. But you can see overall Vechain, despite being bearish, it's not looking too bad, is it? Got higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, making quite a clear uptrend here. And we do want to see that bounce that takes us basically to another higher high coming up towards that 0.78. So overall Vechain obviously not looking very good and has been underperforming for a good while. But we still do think this is a project that can run very fast when it wants to. And we do think 50 cents to $1 is definitely still possible for Vechain, provided that we can get Bitcoin picking up in a really big way, because obviously there's been huge altcoin seasons recently, and Vechain is sadly more correlated to Bitcoin than it is to altcoin season, it seems. So when Bitcoin goes up, Vechain tends to go up, but because Bitcoin's not really been going up for a good while now, obviously Vechain has been underperforming as well. So we do want to see Bitcoin, you know, getting up towards 100k and basically getting a bit more bullish momentum. And if that's the case, we're probably going to see Vechain heading up towards that all-time high, probably 30 or 40 cents after, and then hopefully getting up towards 50 cents to $1 price targets by the end of the bull run. So I'd like to thank everyone so much for their support. If you've got any questions or suggestions, please leave them down below, and don't forget to subscribe and then hit the real subscribe button, which is the bell icon, to stay up to date with 4 videos we post every single day. Remember, if you want to support the channel more directly and get a ton of benefits and insight, as well as joining our growing community, consider the Patreon or YouTube membership down below. There are 3 tiers giving you access to our private Discord. Crypto Supporter is available if you just want to help us out a small amount. Crypto Maximalist is our main tier, which gives you access to detailed daily technical analysis and signals, weekly and monthly coin calls, and insights into our personal moves, while Maximalist Gold takes it a step further, giving you an insight into our personal portfolio tracker, super low cap gem research, and a 100x portfolio we're constructing and updating, and access to us personally as a resource to discuss your portfolio via Messenger. Make sure to check it out. You can also sign up to our free Telegram and public Discord via the description as well. All the links are in the description for affiliate links for discounts and free crypto, so go check them all out below. There's plenty of goodness on offer. Please like and subscribe. We are Crypto Maximalists.